You know, I once had a donut that mysteriously vanished. No, I didn't eat it. Or at least that's what I want my diet app to believe. Now, this wasn't just any donut. It was a plump, sugar-coated delight with a creamy heart of strawberry jam. One moment it was there on my kitchen table. The next, poof, it had disappeared into thin air. I could almost hear the faint echo of a sprinkled donut chuckle, a sugary whisper that seemed to say, "Catch me if you can." So, like any self-respecting sugar-craving sleuth, I began my investigation. There were no crumbs, no telltale jam stains, just a sad, empty plate. I considered all possibilities, no matter how absurd. Could my dog, Fluffy, have developed the power of flight, swooping down like a furry hawk to snatch my precious treat? I checked Fluffy's snout for sugar traces, but all I found was her usual doggy breath and an innocent look. Then I wondered if the donut itself had staged a great escape. Perhaps, tired of being a mere pastry, it had sprouted tiny donut legs and sprinted off on a sugary adventure. I even checked under the couch, half expecting to find a donut trail. But alas, all I found was a missing sock and an old TV remote. And then, the thought hit me. Could I have eaten the donut in a sugar-induced fugue state? I didn't remember doing it, but then again, who could trust a donut addict's memory? I was almost ready to accept this theory when, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a glimmer of hope, or more accurately, a glimmer of strawberry jam. It was on my phone, right on the screen of my diet app, the very app that had been ruthlessly tracking my caloric intake, the app that knew my weakness for donuts. Could it be? Had my diet app, in a bid to save me from myself, somehow made the donut disappear? Turns out my diet app was behind it all along. It's more advanced than I thought. Ever had a haircut that made you look like you were wearing a wig? Well, I have. Imagine walking into a barber shop only to find out that your regular barber has been replaced by a philosophy major who decided to take a detour into hairdressing. That's exactly what happened to me. The barber's chair felt like the hot seat. I should have known things were about to go awry when he started quoting Nietzsche, saying, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," as he picked up his scissors. As he snipped away, he shared his theories on existentialism and the meaning of life. I nodded, tried to engage, but all I could think about was whether he was as proficient with scissors as he was with philosophical debates. The answer, as it turned out, was a resounding no. Once the philosophical barber was done, I looked in the mirror. My reflection stared back, sporting what can only be described as a hair don't. It looked like a cross between a mullet, a mohawk, and a bowl cut. I was horrified, but the barber seemed quite pleased with his avant-garde creation. When I returned home, my family's reactions were priceless. My brother fell off the couch laughing, my mother gasped, and my dog, bless his heart, started howling as if mourning my lost dignity. Even my usually stoic grandpa couldn't hold back a chuckle. In desperation, I tried to fix the disaster atop my head. I experimented with every hair product in my arsenal. Gel, mousse, hairspray, you name it, I tried it. I even attempted to hide it under a hat, but to no avail. My hair had a mind of its own, sticking out at odd angles, refusing to be tamed. In the end, I decided to embrace the absurdity and wore the disastrous haircut with as much confidence as I could muster. I figured, if I can survive this hair don't, I can survive pretty much anything. And that's why I now cut my own hair. Can't do any worse, right? Online shopping, a convenient way to buy goods or a doorway to a comedy of errors. Oh, the joys of online shopping. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Remember that time when I needed a new chair for my study? I found one that was just perfect. Clicked buy now, faster than you can say free shipping. 2 weeks later, I received a miniature model chair. Apparently, it was dollhouse furniture. So now my teddy bear has a better seating arrangement than I do. And let's not forget about clothing. You see a gorgeous dress. The model wearing it looks stunning. You think, why not? I'll look fabulous too. You finally receive it, only to find that it could fit a doll. So now you have a dress for your teddy bear's date. Who knew online shopping could turn you into a stylist for stuffed animals? But perhaps the most hilarious of all was the time I ordered a book. It was a bestseller, everyone was talking about it. I was so excited to dive into it. The day it arrived, I tore open the package, ready to immerse myself in the story. But lo and behold, it was in a language that I couldn't even identify. It looked like a cross between hieroglyphics and a secret alien code. So much for that thrilling plot twist. Remember folks, when you're shopping online, always double-check the details. Size, language, dimensions. These are not mere suggestions, they are the difference between a cozy reading chair and dollhouse furniture. So next time you shop online, remember, the Add to Cart button is not always your friend. The gym, the place where our dreams of a fit body often turn into hilarious nightmares. Have you ever tried to lift weights that are obviously too heavy for you? Well, I have. On my first day at the gym, I was full of enthusiasm and optimism. I walked over to the weights section, eyeing the beefy guys lifting what looked like small cars. I thought, hey, how hard can this be? I picked up the heaviest dumbbell I could find. The next thing I knew, I was on the floor, the dumbbell rolling away like it was trying to escape the scene of a crime. I guess the weights and I didn't quite see eye to eye on our first meeting. Now let's talk about jump ropes. They seem so innocent, right? Just a simple, thin, harmless piece of string. But let me tell you, it's a deceptive little monster. I was attempting to relive my childhood memories, when you could jump rope like a kangaroo on a sugar rush. But instead of jumping, I ended up in a knot so complicated that even a Boy Scout would have been baffled. And wait, there's more. One day, I saw this guy at the gym who was in great shape. I assumed he was a personal trainer and started following him around, mimicking his every move. After about 15 minutes of me shadowing him, he turned around and said, "Dude, are you okay?" That's when I realized he was just a regular gym goer and not my personal fitness guru. Talk about a facepalm moment. The gym, my friends, is a comedy goldmine. It's a place where your self-esteem can take a dive, but your funny bone gets a good workout. And remember, every gym fail is just a funny story waiting to be told. So if you see me at the gym again, it's probably because I've lost a bet. The alarm clock, humanity's oldest foe. It's a battle that starts every morning. The alarm clock. It's the bane of our existence, the harbinger of a new day, or as I like to call it, the dream destroyer. It's that small piece of machinery that we love to hate, and hate to love. From the days of the old wind-up alarm clocks to the convenient phone alarms, the struggle remains the same. Picture this. You set your alarm for 6:30 in the morning, ready to seize the day. But alas, the next morning, you wake up and it's broad daylight. Confused, you check your phone only to realize that you set your alarm for 6:30 p.m., not a.m. The classic AM-PM debacle, folks. It's a rookie mistake, but it happens to the best of us. And then there's the snooze button marathon. The alarm rings, you hit snooze, it rings again, you hit snooze, and so the cycle continues till you're late. The snooze button, my friends, is the ultimate test of willpower. It's like the universe testing you first thing in the morning. Will you rise and shine, or will you snooze and lose? But perhaps the most dreadful of all alarm clock incidents is when it doesn't go off on an important day. You've got a big meeting or an early flight, and you set your alarm, double-check, even triple-check, and then go to bed feeling confident. But the universe has other plans. The alarm doesn't ring, you oversleep, and wake up in a frenzy. The alarm clock, in its many forms, continues to be our daily nemesis. It's a battle of wits, a test of determination, a morning ritual that we can't seem to escape. And despite the countless memes, jokes, and horror stories, we still rely on it to wake us up every day. And that's why, my friends, I now have 5 alarm clocks. And yet, I'm still late.